What's up, everybody, and welcome to Team Pizza Plays the Battleborn Open Beta. I, of course, am Whatthefnu.
I'm Drawman.
And I have bronchitis.
Do you?
Well, it feels like it, considering I'm going on week 3 of this chest congestion, miserable cough shit.
Jesus. I hope the pollen doesn't last that long here in Arizona. Because I am not looking forward to an entire month of being unable to do my job correctly. Just raspy rants and
You could do your Batman
tuberculosis
voice.
countdowns. I couldn't
do
think... Cough-filled countdowns. There we go. That's alliteration.
Hey, you could do that. Caulfield countdowns.
Okay, so anybody who knows anything about me knows I hate competitive games, or competitive shooters, which is why we're going to be playing story mode in this game. Yes, for those of you who think that Battleborn is just a straight-up MOBA and maybe something like a Smite clone, no, it's not. It's gonna have a full-on story here.
The story is just how the story is only one mission long, and then you repeat that same mission over and over again, and then at the end you have to pay some microtransactions to get a picture of Michael Bay, and no one wants that. Not even Michael Bay.
See, I love this mission selection, too. It's like, you go here, here, or I don't care. Just go with the flow. I'm just playing for the sake of it, which I pretty much am at this point. I've played both of these missions several times over now. So,
Oh, you were supposed to pretend like you didn't know what you were doing and were just awesome at things.
hang on a second. Does the game even have audio? I need to double check that right now. XSplit updated itself not too long ago, and yes, okay. So people will be able to hear what's in the background. So, I've got a bunch of characters I could play as right now, and I'm going to leave it up to you guys, actually. We've got an armored falcon with a rocket launcher.
Falcon.
We've got an evil, crazy AI, who's basically Claptrap but good.
Falcon.
We've got a gentleman robot butler.
Oh no, fuck the Falcon, take that.
We've got a mushroom-capped ninja.
Take that one.
We've got an entire army of U.S. Marines who have all been melded into one person.
My favorite action figure.
We've got Arendi, who is a little witch girl who can stare enemies to death.
Take that one.
We've got Reyna, who's my favorite character, mostly because I love playing support, and she can shield everybody for days.
That's not the only thing she has for days.
We've got Shane and Aurochs. Shane being this crazy female detective girl. I think it's a girl anyway. And the demon that her soul is attached to, who is pretty annoyed with the whole scientific thing.
So you've got a JoJo character.
We've got an elf. And we've got a little penguin piloting a mech.
I think we've got the answer.
Alright, we're playing Toby.
I just noticed that that's his name.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as a kid, the first time I heard the name Toby was watching Thomas the Tank Engine.
Ah, yes.
He was a nice little tram engine that was just, kindly and elderly and respectful. Then I saw Roots and learned, oh, Toby also has a bad ring to it because of that. So since then, every time I hear the name Toby, I just get excited. Because I'm either going to enjoy reminiscing or just enjoy thinking about how in bad taste calling someone Toby can still be.
Look at this cocky little son of a bitch.
I love him.
It's like, no, even though you're dead, you can do it. I believe in you.
Oh, he is out push-upping that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I was on the internet.
Alright, so I've actually never played this character before, so this is going to be kind of interesting.
Go, Toby.
He's got a charge weapon. Got it.
Get him, Toby. I believe in you.
Bonus damage or shooting an arc mine. Okay, it's going to be way easier to use my shield. So this guy can either fight. He's even got like a little pixel art penguin on the console. This is great. I love this character already.
I saw the little face icon on your HUD up on the upper right, and I thought it was you for a second.
Huh.
I thought the game just included your
My
on-screen.
avatar.
Yeah, included your
That would have been
avatar.
really cool, I'm not gonna lie. That would have been a really neat touch. It's like
Oh,
he accesses a forum, sees your icon attached to a troll.
he browses your internet search history. It's like Toby does not approve of you going on to bigbuttasians.com. He prefers you go to Hot Latina.
I mean, if we're splitting hairs about this, I'd rather go to slimbuttasians.com, but
Toby is actually a fan of BBWs.
right, so this guy is all about he can deal a ton of damage in one shot. He can create a shield wherever he wants as long as the ability's off cooldown. That's the cool thing. It sort of blends a lot of elements of different types of games together. Battleborn. You've got sort of the abilities and the cooldowns of a MOBA type game, but it's also got a full campaign. It's got all of these different versus modes in it. All the characters have classes and designated abilities and weapons, and the cool part is they all feel different. Not just in terms of how they function. Like, as you saw back there are a lot of characters who don't even have a humanoid shape.
I mean, penguin in a battlesuit.
Yeah. One of my personal favorites so far is Isaac. Like I said, because he's pretty much Claptrap done correctly. Like, he's this... To describe him, he's hell-bent on galactic domination, but he always, because of the way he's made, he always has to say everything in this very happy, chipper, cheerful voice. It's like, crazy? I'll show you. No, scary? You think you're scary? I'll show you scary. He glitches out.
He needs a
And
nap.
the crazy thing is, the performances in this game are so great, it actually comes off as somewhat terrifying.
I was just thinking to myself, wow, was that evil Claptrap or my ex-wife?
Is it the performances in the game?
Yes, all of the voice acting is fantastic.
In the game I'm on.
Oh.
As in, not him.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, what are we talking about? Sorry, my mind doped out of the conversation there for a second.
You're saying that the performance, as in the actual performance, not the you performing it.
Oh, got it. I understand now.
And knowing is half the battle.
What's the other half?
Pork chop sandwiches.
I'm not
You're a
gonna lie,
penguin.
you get hungry.
Did we ever show you that video?
Which one?
The G.I. Joe pork chop sandwiches video.
You did not.
Oh,
But
you are in for
but
a
I
treat.
recognize this now. Like, I think I know the joke. Like,
like
this has
you-
been explained to me before.
Pork chop sandwiches. Oh shit! Oh fuck! Kids, get the hell! What are you doing? Get the hell out of here, you stupid idiots! Go! Get out of here! It's like they're outside of the burning building. Damn, that smell good. I'll send the video to you.
This
after we
guy's
get-
sucking up all of the treasure. He's not leaving any for me. I need these shards to activate my own gear, man. Like, that's something I should point out. Like, you know how most MOBA games will... for those of you who aren't familiar with how Battleborn works, I feel the need to explain. It's not like Renowned Explorers, where I don't have to say a thing, because everybody's just familiar with it by now.
Except for the new people who are just joining the stream, but you know what, whatever.
Yeah, I know. Every episode is someone's first.
I remember my first episode. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was a cool summer's evening, and exactly 6 birds flew by the window that day. And then Fanu said, "Hey, Drawman, you know what our first LP video should be?" I said, "What?" "It should be something special. Something that I think you'll really like for being here with me for so long." And I said, "Well, okay." And then you showed me what we were playing.
Sonic Boom.
I still get diarrhea thinking about that day.
That's still, after all this time, that's still one of my favorite jokes that I've ever done, is convincing you that we were gonna, not even telling you, just dropping you straight into that. That reaction is magical. If I ever start doing highlight videos, I know that's going to be on there.
Oh, trust me. If I start doing if I start doing a highlight reel of things that have made me cry, that's going to be in the top 5. Right next to the almost total abolition of Tracer's butt.
Almost. Almost. Like, I know you shouldn't talk politics in a Let's Play, but I just want to say I am so happy with how that turned out. Like, I think that's the perfect bookend to this whole situation.
It was the best way they could have done that.
So for those of you who don't know what happened, speaking of games that people misconstrue the genre, Overwatch, it stirred up a bit of controversy not too long ago, and I use controversy in the loosest terms because if we're going to be honest here, I don't think anybody important gets all worked up about this kind of crap, but essentially, this guy talked on the forums. It's like, yeah, I'm not a... His statement was essentially, yeah, I'm not a fan of Tracer's butt. I got a daughter, and she's really into the game and the character, and I don't want her seeing this kind of crap. So instead of politely informing him to go consume other media then, Blizzard was like, yeah, okay, we'll change the pose. Which, of course, everybody cried censorship, why'd you cave into the SJWs, the typical bullshit. I don't condone any of that kind of speech, I'm just saying that right now, that's just how the internet reacts to these kinds of things. Even if the game was still in beta, and I wouldn't begrudge a developer ever for changing something in a game that is still in beta. Clearly says on the title screen, yes, this is the state of the game right now. So they've since updated the pose. It is different, and you want to know what's the best part about this whole situation?
Yes.
Come on, tell the audience.
The best part about this is her butt's still there.
You can still see her butt! Even better yet, the pose is sexier than the last one!
Because the last pose, it's just her butt is facing the viewer and with her hips cocked. That's all. This one, it's modeled after like one of those, vintage 1950s posters?
Pinup is the term for that.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. It's modeled after a 1950s pinup, with her like standing on one leg and the other leg in the air. The thing is, her butt's still facing the viewer, and because she's standing on her tiptoes, it emphasizes her butt even more, so it's sexier. I kind of like the idea that Tracer had her original pose going, all right, here's the picture, and boom, I can't wait for people to enjoy my character. And then someone saying, Tracer, your butt's offending people. Really? How about this pose then?
Yeah, that's much better. Okay. I just think it's so great.
I just love the fact that...
Much better than Capcom's thing.
You know what's the crazy thing about it? That pose actually fits her character better. It's much more playful. It makes her look much more alive. So somehow... I mean, I guess I shouldn't put it past Blizzard at this point, but somehow they found a way to make everybody happy. You've already gotten over S.H.I.E.L.D. Move on, dude.
I love the concept that this situation is much like that in a cartoon where the hero tries to mitigate a problem, but instead makes the villain more powerful. like in Beast Wars, where Tarantulas tries to kill Megatron by dumping him into lava, and then Megatron, because he had another Megatron spark inside of him, turns into a dragon, going, "Yes, you've only made me better."
Behold my true form.
That's pretty much what he does. He just flies in, going, "Enter the dragon," and everyone who had seen the movie just went, "That's pretty much how it was." It was like, "Enter the dragon," and everyone just looks up like, "Oh crap, Megatron's a dragon now." This
I
is not a
wonder
good
whose fault that is.
And Tarantulas is still sizzling in the lava, going, "I'm having a bad day."
Yeah. The Capcom thing. I'm still irritated about that.
Yeah.
Which
Like,
Capcom thing? They all just kind of blend into each other after a while.
The censorship thing. And
of
my
Street Fighter
here's my
5.
3 cents no one cares about. I agree with the Cammy one, because the camera angle was just kind of weird for her entrance. And they improved it, made her look more intense. I'm totally cool with that. But the Mika taunt thing, they changed her
That's
taunt
part of her character.
and the way her move finishes. And yeah, she's playful and stuff. And someone was like, well, you're a guy making her sexual like that, so it doesn't really count. And it's like, yeah, and women make men shirtless, long-haired, horseback
Have
riders.
you seen Ryu's alternate costume? Yeah, Rainbow Mika's sexy. Ryu's sexy. Chun-Li's sexy. Everybody's hot in this game.
But just in general, it's like, it's I'm about equality, but that's just taking away from her character. It took away personality. And the impact at the end of the move was changed too, because, if she's holding a woman's legs apart, maybe that would be offensive, I guess, because it used to end with a, like, wishbone kind of impact, which I thought just looked better. So
Yeah,
it's like, for the Cammy one, because it was just pointlessly focusing on her crotch, which just looked awkward and didn't sell the character, but totally against the Mika because it killed some of her personality. Not all of it. And it's not like they changed the costume and the look and everything and caved, which everyone kept saying they caved. They didn't cave, but it took away from the character, I think.
Yeah, it's sort of like how I feel about, what was her name now? I don't even remember. That one character that was taken out of Tekken 6? Like, people complained so much on forums.
Lucky Chloe. I'm still upset about that too.
Yeah, because is it going to be a bad game now that they've taken that character out? Not really. Is it going to be a lesser game? Most certainly. And I think that's where a lot of people come from on things like this. It's like, does it feel like they took away from the game rather than added something? And like I said in the localization video, especially when in an era where developers are already carving apart their games for pre-order bonuses and DLC, nobody likes feeling like the game has become less of a product, especially since they still cost $60 in this day and age.
And most of my female friends preferred the old one because it was more playful.
Like, that's always the weird. It's always like, I will say, originally I was very upset that they changed the Cammy angle. That's because I'm a huge Cammy fan, and that's a story for another day.
Yeah, but like
But yeah, it makes sense that that's just a little
It-
camera shift.
Yeah, and without having to change the animation, it made her look more focused and intense, which suits that character better instead of awkwardly cameraing her crotch.
Yeah. And for the Rainbow Mika one, it's like she's a wrestler, a showman, a very playful one. She is slapping her ass because it's just funny and playful. Before she slams it into you, it's funny. It's like how I'm trying to remember. It's like how wrestlers do that move with, I forget his name, the one who slapped his elbow before he slams it into you.
Shawn Michaels or Rikishi when he would slap his ass before he slammed it into you.
Oh, the people's elbow?
Well, no, that was Rock, but that wasn't slapping the elbow. Shawn Michaels always slapped his elbow, and
Okay, this is just me proving
Randy
I don't know
Savage.
anything about wrestling.
yeah, Randy Savage used to do that too. It's actually a pretty common taunt. They slap their elbow before they drop it off the top rope on you.
You know, I could pin you, but I could also do my taxes beforehand, and you'll still be down there.
Hey, when you gotta say, when you sell, you sell. But yeah, it's like Rikishi. He slapped his ass before he did the stink face. And that's what Rainbow Mika's doing, only it's more of like a comet face.
I love the writing in this game, by the way. I just want to point that out. Like, this mission especially, like, I described Isaac earlier. I don't think I gave you a good enough impression of how much of a crazy AI he really is. And how funny it is that you hear nothing but chipper dialogue from him.
Is that spider's name Jeff?
Jeff, yes. Also known as Arachnus, the Spider Lord.
I appreciate Jeff.
Cough, cough. Fumigation systems, poison gas, deadly to giant spiders. I better kill these clowns. Jeff, I've had just about enough of your bullshit. Go get some firmware upgrades from one of those service stations. I know you guys can't hear it. I know people watching the video will be able to, but I both like our Oscar Mike character and hate him at the same time, because he's clearly played this mission before. He knows what to do and where, but that also means he knows where all the collectibles are and he won't share.
MLGs. That stands for Major League Gamers.
Mm-hmm.
Also known for their compulsive need to, what do you call that?
Major League Jerks, spelled with a G.
They have a compulsive need to hyperventilate. Like, have you ever been at a gaming lobby? Well, I almost winded myself there.
You're alright, man. Lobby? If you start feeling dizzy, feel free to lay down for a bit.
It's okay. I have not started hallucinating yet. Isn't that right, McBride? You tell him, McBride. So.
Macaulay?
Hold on.
Thanks, John Tron.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Like, I had to make sure my lungs were fine because my chest was feeling weird. But yeah.
Don't actually hurt yourself, man. I need you for future videos.
It's okay. There's an art in hurting yourself for the comedy. But, yeah, like, you ever been in a gaming lobby where they actually where they hyperventilate to all hell?
I have not, actually.
Good, good.
That's one of the things I've missed out on.
One of the curses I have not experienced yet.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's another thing. Here's another thing we don't talk about very often, like about YouTube ads. Have you seen the ad where it's the animals in the office, and they're just looking out the lion is looking out the window, everyone just getting soaked in the rain, and then the shrimp comes in with the umbrella, and then the lion types on the phone, flying umbrella, and everyone's like, "That's a cool idea," and they all start typing.
I have not.
You haven't seen that ad yet?
No. Obviously, they're not marketing to the same demographic.
But we are technically in that same demographic.
You're not getting the same ads I am, which is weird. Considering, I don't know what it is. Like, for a while there, Google was giving me the weirdest things. Like, it was giving me ads for, like, Disney princess pull-ups.
Go on.
And an anti-pregnancy medication.
Go on.
I have no idea what I searched for that triggered that, but it was the strangest thing. I mean, nowadays it's a bit more accurate, just in ways I didn't expect. Like, I keep getting ads nowadays for housekeeping uniforms. It's like, you're close. You're very close.
Like, I am just getting ads for, like, cloud storage, and that animal commercial I was telling you about is advertising like another. It's like advertising a, what do you call that? I think it's called Slacker. Hold on. Animal commercial with flying umbrella.
Yeah, that's it for me there. I mean,
There you go.
I need to remember to use... That's my problem with half of these characters, is I forget to use their abilities. This guy's got a great crowd control tool in his arc mine. In fact, I think I'll use that right now.
Oh, here it is.
On the one
It's-
enemy I've got left that's shooting at me. No, I'm not dying again that quickly.
It's called Slack. It's a messaging app for phones.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah. It's a messaging app, and you can just message everyone else on their computer or phone or whatever. It's basically omni-texting.
Omni-texting?
And yeah, basically omni-texting because
I have
as
no
shown in
idea
the-
what that is.
oh, basically how this works is you could send me a message from your phone and I can receive it on my computer.
Ah, oh, I see. So just...
And you could just keep going. I could send a message to Hitting the Truth on his phone or computer, or to his computer and Sagewild's phone. It's basically for companies. It's basically for office companies and whatnot.
It's the evolution of, like, did you get the memo?
Yeah.
Did you get that
Exactly.
thing I sent you?
Oh, you could
This
definitely
time I
send that.
did, because I've got Slacker Radio. Ding!
And
We
it's a
got
really
that thing you sent us.
and it's really cool because it's just a bunch of animals at an office. It's basically Zootopia.
That's what I was thinking, like, okay, a bunch of animals. Wait, is he thinking of that movie that's coming out?
I really want to see that. I want to see that.
I kind of do too. Like, I don't know what it is about that film. It looks interesting. Like, something about it just has a charm.
It definitely takes me back to the halcyon days of the 1990s where you would see a lot of talking animal shows like DuckTales,
Woohoo.
Darkwing, Winnie the Pooh, Chip and Dale, Timon and Pumbaa. And the great, I just love the trailer.
The
The
shield
trailer
does
where-
not last very long for this guy. Like, these enemies just chew through that thing, no problem.
Also, I forgot the awesomeness of our character here. We're watching a penguin in a suit of power armor.
I haven't heard his dialogue yet either, but it's probably fantastic, like everything else in this game. I guess it'll be kind of interesting because that'll be a treat the viewers are getting that I'm not. Because I can't listen to the TV at all because then I'd have echo on the microphone.
Like the penguins of Madagascar.
I am playing
wish
this on
they
the
were this-
PS4, by the way. Who, for some unknown reason, got this probably because of money. That's the reason.
Money.
Got it like 5 days before the Xbox 360. I almost said 360. The Xbox One crowd got it. Which, how do you guys feel about that? Like system exclusives for things like betas.
I think it's business, and that's part of business, and it's fine because eventually you're gonna get to it. Yeah, someone else got it sooner, but that's part of the whole money thing, and that's part of what a business is making a profit. If you're not trying to do things to make a profit, you shouldn't be in business because someone else will undermine you, and then you'll go away, and then only crappy things will remain.
He's not wrong.
See, you and I both reach the same conclusion. It's just our methods are different. Like, I approach the business as being a great artist. I just try to make the best products I possibly can. And that's... I take the more build it and they will come mindset. Which is, as long as I'm doing everything in my power to make the best product I can...
And that's what you ultimately want to do. It's just a problem of, yeah,
Go ahead, take your time.
bronchitis. Anyway, problem of, doing the best you can might not make you the money to keep going because it often means doing things the nice way.
My mom actually suggested that to me not too long ago. She is a sales expert, so she's given me plenty of suggestions, like, why don't you go on Google and just type in top 8 top 8 video game blank and see what other people are doing. Like, obviously people are searching for that, so maybe you could get some more viewers that way. Why don't you do some countdowns that people might actually try searching for? Because what you do is great, and it's interesting. And I have a ton of fun watching it, but at the same time, your numbers aren't quite going as fast as you want them to, right? And I'm like, yeah. But the funny thing is, I actually did have one list planned that I want to do soon that does fall into that category, and this was before she even suggested that. Should I mention what that is on here, or?
I say keep it a surprise.
Okay, because I'm going to admit up front, this is something I want to do. It's not it does not have any ulterior motives, believe it or not, but it's pretty much one of the most clickbaity titles you could possibly come up with for a countdown. I think I'm even going to start that script just saying straight up, yeah, I feel like getting some free clicks today.
You're not wrong. I could use some clicks.
Alright. Oh, yes, that's what I want. Increase the force field's total health. And I bury it halfway in the ground. Go me.
I threw it on the ground.
You can't buy me a penguin, man. You can't buy me a pre-order either. They're trying to sell me on things like golden skins for some of the characters, and I'm like, I know for a fact I'm not going to have any trouble buying this in stores day one. That or renting it from Gamefly.
Did I ever tell you what happened when I tried playing Magic the Gathering the first time?
I don't think you have, actually. What's the story?
So, Tuna made me a deck, which is awesome of him. And him and Hitting the Truth were showing me how to play the game. I was playing against Hitting the Truth, and he was being a very good sport about it. And so...
These enemies are a pain in the ass, by the way. You have to hit them in a very specific spot, which is very difficult because they move around all over the place. Anyway, playing against Hidden in the Truth.
And so they tell me, well, first things first, before you summon a monster, you gotta tap for land. And so I look at the land card, and I tap it with my finger. And I go...
To be fair, that is their fault.
I say, do I get to use it now?
Tapping is kind of an unfortunate term in that sense.
And both of them couldn't help but chuckle because that's the best thing. It's like, that's what you would do. It's like, tap for magic. Okay, I'm tapping.
That might be what the Planeswalkers actually do in the canon of the game. They just tap their foot in the center of a plane. It's like, okay, summon me a wolf. I'm just gonna throw an arc mine at this dude, because I won't have to aim that. That's one of the reasons I love the Montana character. It's just because, oh, I'm not hitting him? Don't worry, some of these bullets will. Even if I'm not dead on, I will still be contributing somewhat.
We are not a waste of money. Oh.
Oh! So much for my shield.
The Nvidia shield? Yeah, I didn't have much faith in it.
That was some amazing timing on his part, too. If I didn't know any better, I'd say this monster was being piloted by a human. Because I put down the shield, and immediately he used that attack where he draws him towards you. That was pretty fantastic. That was the AI being smart for once. Either that or cheating. Okay, I need to ask you guys this. What are some situations you remember of the AI cheating in a game? Like, legitimately ripping you off from victories?
Let's see.
Because I can recall one. Guile in Street Fighter 2. Because he's a charge character, usually you have to crouch for a while before you can use Flash Kick. And for those of you who haven't played Street Fighter 2, the Flash Kick is pretty much the best move in that game. It has ridiculous priority. It fires off instantly. Its hitbox is massive. It's pretty much the perfect anti-air technique. And the AI could do it immediately. Like, it didn't have to crouch and charge it. That was a case of the AI legitimately cheating. Because with a human being, you can anticipate it. Like, if you saw a Guile in the corner, just knuckling down to his knees, you're like, okay, I know what's coming. I'm going to approach you on my own terms, not on yours.
Let's see, a time when I can recall the AI cheating.
This is the worst. This is the I hate these enemies. I absolutely despise them. Because you have to hit them from the front, and if you're not the one aggroing them, that can be incredibly difficult. They can turn out of the way almost immediately. You have to hit them in their core, but the hitbox is, way too small. This is infuriating. Look at this. I'm trying to damage this guy right now. There we go. Finally, I got a couple down.
I'm trying to remember. I can't recall. Oh yeah, we were some associates of mine and I were playing Mortal Kombat versus DC, and the AI for me was going pretty well. From the Mortal Kombat side, you fight the DC characters, and your first fight is against the Flash, which in hindsight seems like a bad idea because he's the Flash. He could just beat you to death in a millisecond. But anyway.
Theoretically, anyway.
Theoretically. So things are going well for me. For my associate...
Sorry.
That's all right. For my associate who I call Jarhead, the AI was being cheap as hell because it just kept spamming the Flash's around the world attack constantly against him as Liu Kang. And he was just looking at that, looking at us going, why is it being cheap as fuck with me? What? Does it sense I'm the threat?
Because you're the army veteran, it got scared.
Pretty much. That's what I said. I said, because you're the threat. It knows. It knows. And he just kind of threw the controller down and walked away.
Yeah, I'm not putting up with this shit.
He came back with snacks, though. But he ate them in front of us to get back at us.
Yeah. Who here loves pizza?
We do.
I do. I sure do. I wish you could have some.
That's actually something he was planning to do to us one day. He was going to, like, bust his ass cooking a huge meal for us, and then spike it with laxatives. Like the good stuff.
You can't do that. Some people are allergic to that stuff. That is legally classified as tampering with food.
And then he wasn't going to tell us about it. And then he was going to order a pizza for himself and eat it while pointing and laughing at us while we try to figure out what the hell is he doing. So every time I went to his house, I just asked myself, has he cooked dinner?
Alright, time for the final boss here. And if this doesn't take me an hour to complete with this team, I don't think anything will. Speaking of bosses that move around way too much and their hitboxes are way too tiny. So who wants to fight an insane rogue AI? There's actually a conversation they didn't use in this one that I absolutely love. Like, you've got 3 characters that are constantly talking to you throughout this mission. You've got Isaac, of course, the person you're trying to fight. Then you've got Cleese, who is in charge of the company that Isaac used to work for, the Last Light Consortium. In fact, he used to be the CEO of the Last Light Consortium before, crazy happened. And so, Cleese is the one who's told you to take him down, basically, and get everything back to normal on this old LLC base. Now, the third person you've got with you is an army commander. I forget his name off the top of my head. You can unlock him. He looks like an alright character, but he's like, hey, I've got an idea. Why don't we try a logical paradox? That won't work! Hey, Isaac. Hey, Commander Cleese. We'll call him that for now. I know that's the name of the other guy, but... This statement? It's a lie. Oh no! My brain! Boom! Cybernetic headshot. Hey, Commander, as long as we're fighting with words, would you like to think about something? Think about the Varelsi for a second. What has them so scared that they're willing to hop across the entire universe, risk taking over our planets, and drag them back to their solar system? Think about it. No, really. Really think about it. And you come to the slow realization that there are bigger enemies out there than what is already our biggest enemy. Oh man. Oh, man. Can we kill this guy, please? Oh, man. What did I tell you? What did I bloody tell you? I love the writing in this game, I gotta say. They knew what was up. It's like they've slowly honed their craft. And this is a new IP, so they've got an opportunity to write all new characters that can sort of fix the problems they had before. Take old concepts and make them way better than they were. In my opinion, anyway. I know Claptrap has a lot of fans. I'm just not one of them.
It's okay. Same with me. I I googled the wrong thing there. Same with me.
Just gonna leave that one sitting there. Not gonna elaborate any further.
Same with me and how I know Panty and
Oh
Stocky.
right, they're mortars. They arc over my shield. Whoops. That was me being a complete dummy.
It's like, I know the show Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt has its fans, but for me, it's not my particular cup of tea.
It wasn't a lot of people's cup of tea. Like, even Jess Otaku was just like, yeah, this is okay.
Yeah. I look at it and I can see that this is clearly Studio Gainax. This, like they even said, this was their attempt at doing a Western-style cartoon.
Mm-hmm. Which, props for the attempt at the very least.
And
but it's kind of like, how do I put it? Like, it's sort of like whenever I see anime games on Steam, and it's very obvious when this was drawn by an American artist.
Yeah.
It's just some things don't translate.
It's like the Avatar: The Last Airbender, Legend of Korra.
Yeah, it's anime influenced, but if you look at it, it's very clearly not anime.
And the weird part is, in some parts of Japan, it is considered anime.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the weird part. Like, we do discern anime and manga from cartoons and comics, but for Japan, it's just all of its cartoons and comics.
Oh, right, it's a general term over there. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
We're the only ones who use it as a classifier.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of, it's a matter of perception.
Exactly. It comes back to your localization
Like,
video.
this is the exception, not the rule.
Mm-hmm.
To us, but to them, it's just like, yeah, standard fare.
It's like how...
Not really special. This is a cartoon.
It's like how with certain... Like, in certain circles of culture, Avatar can be considered just a Western cartoon because it doesn't have many of the other trimmings that an actual anime would have. You know, because, you know, certain...
I would argue that's a good thing in some cases, but yes, please continue.
Oh, yes. But in other circles of culture, anime is just cartoons, so Avatar is cartoons, so it's anime.
Mm-hmm.
It says, so technically, with Panty and Stocking trying to be a Western cartoon, they're still technically anime, since anime is just cartoons.
Wrap your head around that one.
And I also do love Although I do like studying it, because I look at that and go, so this is what Japanese animators think most Western cartoons are all about.
It's sort of like me at this point with Hyperdimension Neptunia. I look at more as an example now of what not to do when I make my own games, as opposed to just a video game itself. I treat it like most people treat Superman 64.
Oh, yes.
So it's like, okay, here are some pitfalls I should try to avoid when making my own products.
I remember
that
when
was fast. Usually that phase lasts a lot longer than that.
That's what I said when I first played Hyperdimension Neptunia. I was referring to my interest in the game.
Sorry, my mind just keeps bouncing back and forth between the game and you sometimes. Again, this is not like Renowned Explorers where I've played it a million times and it's just like autopilot. Although I have unlocked the Penguin, so I've played this to an extent as well, so I really don't have an excuse. Hooray!
Follows this.
Also, this needs to go away. Like, you can hear me mashing the button right now, right?
Yeah.
This mission complete screen is here for a frigging eternity.
Wow. It's lasting longer than Metal Gear Solid cutscene.
Also, you turned into a robot. Welcome
Yeah,
back, Megatron. How you doing?
Do as I command.
Well, that depends. What do you command?
I don't know how to get command. Yeah, I don't know. Optimus, I think it's sure.
I actually can't understand you right now. It's that bad. Like, do you have a video open or something, or?
Yes.
Okay, maybe close the video. Sorry.
Is it better?
No. I mean, the mission's over anyway. Give me 2 seconds here. God, it's satisfying watching all of that loot just pop up. Let's see if this fixes it.
Is it better?
No, actually, it's still the exact same. Confound it! The technical problems are supposed to happen before the video starts, not right at the end where it looks embarrassing for everybody involved.
Oh, now. That's entirely true. Be ashamed.
Alright, well, at least we're at the very end when it happened. So, thank you all for watching our video on Battleborn, the open beta. Thank you for watching us blow things up as a penguin with a railgun.
Thanks for witnessing my distorted voice.
And, do you guys want to do some versus matches? Because I'm telling you right now, I don't.
I'm good.
Alright. Alright, and we will see you again next time with whatever we feel like making. So, talk to you then, everybody.
Later, everybody.
Goodbye.